Introducing GeForce TV. GeForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GeForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washougal Speedway and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GeForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GeForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GeForce TV racing leagues. GeForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GeForce TV.
GeForce Racing Leagues welcomes you to virtual Williams Grove Speedway from virtual Pennsylvania for tonight's live coverage of the GeForce Racing League's Elite Division, brought to you by Washougal Speedway Race Source. Tonight's race is just one of 15 different GeForce Racing League divisions that compete during the week all over the place all day long, and we are happy you have joined us for tonight's program. One of the meccas of sprint car racing is where we are tonight. I'm Doug Elkins up here in scenic New York. Jake Fluman is down where everything is big, down in Texas. He joins us. Jake, how we doing tonight? It is unique. I had a chance to get to this place a few years ago, and I'll remember it like it was yesterday. A very tough track. Those of you who have raced on this track know that. Two drag strips. The corners are not the same. Turn 4 is very, very tight. Qualifying just wrapped up, and the first heat race of the night is starting to grid up right now. Let's set the lineup for you. Jess Bandy and Chase Hess will be in row number 1. Kevin Lubbies, who is a well-known crew chief up in these parts, he will start inside row number 2 with Brandon Schultz outside of him. Steven Goldner, one of the better ones in this race over Aiden Young, who won an event during our big Epsilon Sprint Wraps week that we had there. They will sit there in row number 3. Connor Ross and Robert Satterfield are in row number 4, and starting in row number 5 by himself is Brandon Morgan. And there you can see, I like this. We have drivers from all over the place on this deal, Jake. I really like that. Pretty close. Pretty close. Yeah, and we got Jake from all the way down in Texas, too. So, of course, that's right. Of course, Washougal Speedway has a lot to do with this, and they host the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals every year, one of the bigger sprint car races around. And if you're a 360 fan in New York and both Canadian provinces, it's split pretty darn close to about what we have here, about 60-40, Americans versus Canadians. This will be an 8-lap qualifying race. Top 4 will get into the show. Fastest qualifier in this race was inverted. Top 4 were inverted. Brandon Schultz was fastest at 18.137, and then you look at Brandon Morgan, who starts ninth, 18.855, so just a little over 7/10 of a second there. But this, you've taken some laps around this place, right, Jake? A lot of people I've talked to during the week say, boy, this place could drive you crazy. And I've heard just even where you are in the entry to 3 can either make your turn 4 experience a good one or a horrible one. and get too low, and you're going to be in trouble too, because it really does tighten up. There's the bridge on the backstretch. That is the signature thing that makes Williams Grove what it is. And yes, I did walk across that bridge the one time I was down there, as I think everybody does. And boy, wouldn't it be nice to see a crowd like this on a race here tonight. But again, we're so happy you're here to watch the Elite Division. This is race number 5 of 6, and they take their best 4 finishes, and that will determine a champion for this division. Pace truck is in, and it looks like we are ready to go. Green flag is out, Jake. Whoa. Oh, and a big crash. Oh, no, this is a big one, too. And again, remember, there are no cautions in the heat race, so that just moves some drivers up and moves some other ones way back behind. Bandy and Hess, they started in the front row. They still run 1 and 2 as we watch them shake it out. Remember, 4th place, that's the spot to watch because that's the final transfer position. And we talked about how that crash would change things in the order. And obviously Satterfield and Morgan, who started 8th and 9th respectively, they're now sitting in qualifying spots, I would imagine, just because of what we saw there just a couple of laps ago. Looks like we're going to have a race out front here pretty soon as Bandy and Schultz is definitely closing down that gap. Oh, textbook slide job for all you kids watching at home. That's how you're supposed to do it right there. And also, it looks like Chase Hess wants to get into this as well. I don't know if something's wrong with Bandy's car, but look at the lead that Schultz built up in not a lot of time. Whoa. Cruise Shop, of course, bringing you all the action here in qualifying heat race number 1. We're watching that battle for second while Robert Satterfield sits there pretty comfortable in the last qualifying spot. They'll hit 3 and 4 for the last time, and the win is going to go to Schultz. And he'll be starting on a pole of that consolation race too. So things ended up working out for the drivers in the back in that one, as a lot of the guys who were in 3rd, 4th, 5th, right around there, they're going to have to run the consolation race as well. 2W's Plumbing brings us today's qualifying heat race number 2, family-owned company out there in Western New York, and make sure to look them up either for the emergency jobs or something big. Brennan Lacey and Dakota Kuhn will be in row number 1. Troy Wagaman Jr. and Kyle Moonen will be in row number 2. George Smith III and Ross Carenta in row number 4, Alex Hanna and Adam Buchanan in row number 4, and then Jeff Fitzpatrick is in row number 5 alone by himself. I see a couple guys flying the DTD colors, Adam Buchanan and also George Smith III. That's a Dirt Track Digest, very popular website up here in the Northeast. Nice to see some of the guys flying their colors tonight for qualifying heat race number 2.
And I want to apologize. Mike was muted that last heat race, man. And I was definitely on my game there as well, man. I was doing good and got some messages, and Mike was not working. I looked down, and yeah, sure enough, it was definitely muted.
Oh, because I heard you. So interesting. Okay. All right. Well, we got that taken care of. So no worries here for qualifying heat race number 2. One of the interesting things here, too, Adam Buchanan at number 44 is one of the race announcers around central New York area. So he's used to being at the other side. He's used to being like you and I, Jake. And he's actually in the car for this one. So as announcers, we got to kind of root for him a little bit, I think, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We got to send him those positive vibes to Buchanan
right.
there in that 44. A crazy looking car that he has. Got that blue, got that white. And Wicked Relief, DTD on the side of that machine, but very cool looking car. Back there in 7th place.
So I guess if we have to interview him, it should be easy, right? You would think, right? Because
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
used to the mic and all that. He should be all set. So.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully he'll go right with the flow with us.
And the interesting thing here, for my one and only feature win back in 2011, guess who interviewed me? Adam Buchanan.
Oh boy.
So I won. So
yeah, absolutely. Now you owe him one. As these guys are stacked up, packed up. Pace truck is in on heat race number 2. These guys are wheel to wheel, waiting for that green flag, a little jumping up the start. They stand on the loud pedal and shimmy shive down into turn 1.
Lacey, and going around is the 19 of Wagaman. And let's see, is he still? Yeah, he's all the way there at the back. Tough break for him as he qualified 3rd, was going for the lead before he spun out. Dakota Kuhn, we don't see him a lot in this league. He's down on the inside. He's that black number 95 with the lucky green numbers on the side, and I think he just got himself the lead with a slide job.
Slide job, little crossover by Lacey, though. Well, they're drag racing down turns 3 and 4. We'll see what happens. As a little slide job as he smashes the outside wall, trying to grab the lead. Then he hits the, I think it was Kyle that he smashed, but now 95 Dakota has a very comfortable lead.
And that's the tough thing about slide jobs. You can let it drift up a little too much sometimes, and these walls are not forgiving, so that cost him a spot. Corinta's now 2nd. Lacey, who started on a pole, is 3rd. The race now is for 4th. Is Alex Hanna on the 97, another new driver to this league, is trying for that last qualifying spot down on the inside.
He's one spot short as of right now. He's digging hard down on the bottom, trying to get all that power down to the rear wheels going down the backstretch, trying to catch Kyle. And Lacey, there's Lacey, may have just smashed the wall once again.
Yeah, they were 3 wide for a brief moment, but now, instead of having to worry about holding on to 4th, there goes Mooney looking up for position number 3. Another slide job. I don't think that one worked, though.
No, he left one lane to the outside wall, and that number 4 machine, he tried to take it, and it looks like he did. He's going to wall ride once again. He likes that outside wall, then he's going to smash him.
And right through the middle goes Wagaman, who went around early. So that's the race. Again, that's a big race because that's the last transfer spot that we're watching right now. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, they're way out in front of this race right here. At 19, that's Wagaman Jr. First time we've seen him. I would have remembered that name as he sits in 4th, and Brennan Lacey trying to get him 2 laps to go.
Brennan trying to track him back down. Adam Buchanan back there in 6th, and Alex, number 97, back there in 7th place. It was kind of just the wrong place, wrong time for Alex. But once again, we got more contact down here. We got 3 cars. Alex does a complete 360 back underway. He goes. As a white flag is going to wait for Dakota. Ross there in 2nd, trying to track him back down. Doesn't look like he will, though. Kyle 3rd. Troy, last transfer spot, as I think he just hits the inside wall, and now Lacey has it.
So Kuhn is in. He crosses the line with the win. Corinta 2nd. Mooney in 3rd, and let's see who's going to come around and get the final transfer spot. Is it Hannah? Nope, Brennan Lacey ends up getting the last transfer spot. Good race.
We got to hit this rewind button. White flag wave. Looks like he had 4th place, kind of all by himself, but here we go, white flag. You had Kyle on the outside, coming off of turn 2. Oh, he hits the outside wall. Maybe a little bit of contact, maybe not. I don't know.
Or maybe he just saw the car on the inside, might have overreacted just a little bit too. So, but an interesting last lap. And so 4 cars are in. Heat race number 3 brought to us by Schultz Heating and Cooling. It'll be more about heating here in a little bit, but it's 70 degrees up here in New York, so we're cooling tonight. They are over in Naples, New York, out in Western New York. And of course, they're racing folks. They've raced together as a family, so make sure to give them their shot at your business. Stephen Shaw Jr. and Jeffrey Barker are in the front row for this one. Ludovic Buisson is in the inside of row number 2 along with Chris Sabaskay. And we don't know if that spelling or pronunciation is exactly right, but I'm thinking French Canadian there. Preston Kramer, Larry Moody in row number 3. Jeff Floro and Terry Landis in row number 4, and then John Hine at the back of the field. Kind of interesting for him. He's normally one of the top runners. Obviously, didn't have quite the qualifying effort he was hoping for here tonight.
Now got a long ways to go. 8-lap heat race 3, starting back in 9th place. Definitely can do it, as we've seen a lot of contact being made in heat 1 and 2. Definitely there in heat 2. Things got very tight.
A lot of shuffling right off the bat, a lot of shuffling in the middle and right there at the end too. So anything can happen in these qualifying races. And of course, we'll be doing a B main after this. 24 cars will take the green here tonight. So the B main, there'll be 12 that will be moving out of that. So Shaw on the bottom in the red car, Jeffrey Barker flying the Marine colors here tonight in the 513. He's an ex-serviceman himself, so we appreciate all that. Chris Sabeski's been doing some good jobs there in the 21. Preston Kramer, you and I were both chatting with him a little bit beforehand, and he was one of the guys who said, I'm just going to get what I can get tonight. This is not one of my better tracks.
No, but he did comment about these long straightaways, and a lot of drag racing is going to be happening tonight as, you know, things get tied off of these corners, and they'll be wheel-to-wheel going full speed down these straightaways. So that will make some interesting racing for sure.
Yeah, and since it's kind of a paperclip with one end that's bent down a little bit more, I would think corner exit is going to be the key here, because it's not going to be how fast you go in. I would think if you come out and you're still sideways scrubbing off speed, they're going to eat you up at the end of the straightaways.
We've already seen about a handful of slide jobs. Some of them worked, some of them didn't.
A couple of them were really nice too. So, but that is the double-edged sword that is a slide job. Green flag is out. Good start for Shaw on the bottom. Barker stays with him on the outside. Sabeski going way up high in the 21. He wants to go 3 wide for the lead here.
5 Americans, 4 Canadians, 3 wide down turn 3. We have a huge pile up. The whole field got collected in that, and they're still scrambling around. But Chris is going to some way, somehow, he's going to have the lead, and Terry's now second.
Well, he was up high enough to miss all that. I kind of watched where, let me see, who was it? It was Steven Shaw was going in the corner, and I'm like, man, he's way too low. What's he doing? And then, bam, hit those tires down in the bottom. So Sabeski now with a big lead. Second place is Terry Landis. He started back at 8th. Cranmer's gone 5th to 3rd, and Jeff Floro 7th to 4th. So this kind of reminds me a little bit of that first qualifying heat race.
And that last transfer spot sitting there in 4th as Jeff is currently has, man. He has some hungry hounds right behind him, maybe a little bit of some mad hounds, if you want to say, man. And they are making contact once again down turns 1. He hits the wall. Now the 00 car. No, that's still Jeff. He has 3rd place. Now Larry Moody is 4th.
Wow, things are changing fast here with this bunch right here. So, and I would imagine this is totally a product of exactly what we saw. Halfway, by the way, we're working lap number 5 of this 8-lap qualifier as things are getting hectic here at Williams Grove Speedway. I love this shot right here out in front. That's on Hine we're looking at.
We'll jump right inside the cockpit view, right outside the visor, as we're on board with John Hine trying to catch that 4th spot. But we'll see how tight this place actually is down in turn 1. It's already getting pretty slick. That outside wall comes up really quick on you. And then you got to stand on loud pedal, try to get underneath that blue bridge and get down these straightaways.
I want to grab his controller and rip that tear off for him. That's what I want to do right now. But up a little further through the field. This is 5th place, so this is a key battle right here as he's going for a qualifying spot.
Looks like he just made contact, but he's going to grab 4th place. This number 72 machine, and then Jeff, he's fell back to the outside looking in.
Still down there, though, as they're going to get the white flag this time around. But what I'll tell you, though, Ludwig got a great run off the corner that time. So we'll watch this battle for the final qualifying spot. Sabeski, he's already gone. He's probably getting ready to cross the start-finish line now as the battle for the last qualifying spot hits turn 3.
Yeah, so Chris has a 2.5-second lead. He definitely won this thing. Jeff, trying to 5th place. Does not look like he'll be able to grab 4th, man, but some haymakers was being thrown in heat race number 3, and there was a lot of haymakers.
There, well, hey, when last qualifying spot, final quarter, I think haymakers are not necessarily encouraged, maybe, but required when you get right down to it. So let's see, we're going to go up to the B, it looks like, at this point, and there are 15 cars slated to go, of which 12 will be making their way into the A main tonight. Let's take a look at who is in this one for us. Connor Ross and Adam Buchanan on the front row. Ross is the son of somebody very important in this league, as a matter of fact. Jeff Floro, Aiden Young in row 2. Alex Hanna, Jeffrey Barker, row number 3. Brandon Morgan and Troy Wagaman Jr. are going to be in row number 4. John Hine and Steve Goldner, who we were just riding around with just a moment ago, are going to be in the 5th row. Jeff Fitzpatrick, Stephen Shaw, row 6. Kevin Lovey's George Smith III in row 7, and all by himself at the back. will be Preston Crammer. Strickland's GMC bringing us the action today from this B main. They're up in Brantford, Ontario, Canada. Go where the winners go and see Rick Scott up there at Strickland's GMC. Get yourself a nice little hauler. You can take all your stuff to the racetrack in, a little SUV for the family, and maybe even something cool with a V8 and rear-wheel drive for somebody like you and I, right, Jake?
Yeah, for sure, man. But hey, having a nice trailer going to the racetrack, man, it's a night and day difference.
Yeah. A friend of mine always said, "You want to know what to buy?" He says, "Watch what kind of haulers and trucks that the racers buy." Because the last thing the racers want to do is work on their own stuff. They want to work on race cars only. So they're looking. Well, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Jake,
absolutely.
Right?
It sure does. Yeah. The last thing you want to do is be working on your trailer wheel bearing at the racetrack.
Yep, and then they also said look at what kind of cars they drive too. Because again, they don't want to work on that street car either. If they don't have to. So Connor Ross and Adam Buchanan again flying the DTD colors. I see Mike Mallet from Dirt Track Digest is actually watching tonight. So Mike, hey, what's going on, man? You owe me some money at cards, all right? Actually, it was the other way around last time we played. I'll go ahead and say that, hoping that he's listening. But again, 12 cars get in. Sorry about the distractions there, Jake, but Mike and I go way back. So
No, I definitely probably owe some money to some guys during my previous card games as well too. So
yeah,
no worries on that.
Racers play cards like they race, and it's they get serious, and so that's a good thing though. It's nice to see, like we said, a couple of new skins out there tonight, some new drivers that we haven't seen before here in the Elite Division, having ourselves a good old time here on a Wednesday night. This will fill in the field for positions 13 through 24. The way they cross the line, that's the way they will line up in those spots as the green flag is out here at historic Williams Grove Speedway.
All right, everyone zooms down into turn 1 and 2, and you got to remember those heat races, a lot of guys got collected, so a lot of these guys are very quick, and we already got 2 guys smashing that inside wall.
This is the reality of this type of track, too. The tracks with walls on both sides. Tough break there for the 35 of Connor Ross. Kind of got pinballed around there a little bit. But Adam Buchanan, the announcer / race car driver, out in front as they're 3 wide right behind him. Wow.
Once again, 3 wide. But, man, like I was saying, they're in the heat race. A lot of these guys got just wrong spot, wrong time. They touch wheels coming off of turn 4. And Steve Goldner is going to lead lap number 1. But this is going to be a very fast B main heat race.
Boy, he wasn't asking either when he got to the inside of Buchanan there either. A little tippy tap with that right wheel up the track he went. Clean pass though as Buchanan's going to try to get him back now on the inside. Oh, a little contact there too. This is a good race out front. Had to check up. It looks like he had the grip, but had nowhere to go besides just the rear end of that number 30 machine of Stephen Goldner. But look on the outside. Yeah. Ripping the lip there, the number 19 machine of Troy. He wants no part of that bottom line. He wants that outside wall, and he is making that thing work. I think he's got the lead off of that, too. So, hey, that was a new one for me, by the way. I got to give you a point on that. Ripping the lip. I never heard that one before. That's good. I'm going to steal that later, okay? All right. That's good with me. I'll give you credit, of course. But it's tough to come up with new terms in this game. But what a 3-car battle is now. It looks like Goldner might have him back that time on the bottom. Goldner, fastest lap time of this heat race with that 19.0. But yeah, Troy, he's still trying to hold out there on the outside. 30 machine there in second still. Adam Buchanan has fell back a slight bit, but he's back there in third spot. And John Hyde and Aiden Young, they are battling out there for 4th and 5th spot. Lots of fun here tonight at one of the more famous tracks around. We're so happy all of you are watching and having fun with us here. And Williams Grove, one of the tougher tracks around, but these guys making it look easy as Goldner trying to run down Wagaman and Buchanan, trying to stay right with Stephen Goldner, but a good run for all 3 of these guys out front. Yeah, a very safe run as well, too, as these guys kind of pull away from the track. Top 12, move on. These guys just need to finish and get to the A main show, and they definitely got a pretty big lead. Adam Buchanan, John Hine, they're in 4th place. He is 1.8 seconds away from the leader. So, yeah, these guys, with lap 9 of 10 is complete. Yeah, Kevin Loveys and Aiden Young right there. Loveys has been slowly moving up here. He started in 13th in this deal. And let's not forget Stephen Goldner started this B main in 10th. Of course, obviously that little incident on the first lap kind of jammed things up a little bit, but man, this race out front is still pretty good as Wagaman and Goldner are not done having fun yet.
No, and these guys just got to remember, though, too, these guys just need a finish. So they can make it to the Mac Daddy Show. Drag race down the backstretch. Troy, he's going to stick to that high side. Goldner going to stick to that bottom side. He's not going to slide up. They're going to race very clean, give each other plenty of room. Come across the checker line. That's going to be Troy Goldner second. Adam Buchanan third.
Nice job there. You know what else I'm a little bit surprised at? We were at, where were we again last week? Knoxville. This place is not look like it's getting any slower out there. This place has a lot of bite on it still. I'm surprised.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's still very, very tacky. A little bit of slick building up there into the entries, but coming off the corners, these guys have so many different lines that it looks like it's really not getting slick out there for these guys.
No, it's not. Of course, they're going to do a little practice here now. So this is the warm-up. It's a 5-minute warm-up period. And very important in a lot of ways, actually probably 2 ways. Of course, remember, these guys are doing their own setups. That's been one of the things with the Elite series here right from the start, is to let these drivers do their own setups. So and I wanted your feedback on this too, Jake. This is a great time to work on a setup, maybe try one that maybe didn't work so well earlier, right?
Yeah, a lot of these guys have, 3 or 4 setups that they have in the bank that they can pull out and kind of tweak. Just how these tracks break in and, how many laps the A main feature is, but this is for sure. But you also got to remember the Heat Race 1 guys, even the Heat Race 2, this track is completely different from, obviously, from those heat races. These tracks do not reset here on iRacing for the GeForce Racing League Elite Series. So it is what it is.
That's basically what he means is it's like your regular non-virtual dirt track. The track's going to dry out. Different lanes are going to get used up more. And I've heard drivers tell me different things about their strategy as far as the lines that they run in practice. Some are running the line they want to run. Some might run the line they don't want to run, hoping to make that slicker so other people can't run there. That kind of makes sense too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I really didn't think about that, but these guys are some top-notch drivers, so they know what they're doing, and they definitely don't want to give out their secrets.
Yeah, I talked to one of the guys because I know that he was, I think at this one track he was a bottom feeder. And I kept watching him out there in practice, and he's ripping the lip, like my good friend Jake Fluman. Like, JC, that's how I'm going to refer to it in the future, Jake. He's going to give you that call out right afterwards.
I like it.
And I'm sitting there going, why were you running the top the whole time, man? What were you doing? He goes, oh, I'm hoping to burn that off so the bottom will be better for me later. And I was like, that's, yeah, right. I mean, it is racing, right? There's nothing saying you got to be nice, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes the past guys, you got to run where they're not running. So, some of these guys, if their if the high line is their quickest line, then they like to practice that bottom, get that thing figured out. So if they do have to do a quick little slide job or got to make a pass on that white flag, they got something.
And a lot of times for certain tracks, I don't have the experience to know if this is one of them, but if you're going to run the bottom, run the top, you set your gearing differently for that, and that can be a double-edged sword, I would imagine too, Jake. Because if you did have the gearing to run the top and the bottom, all of a sudden becomes the place to be. You can do all you want. You're not going to be fast down there, are you?
So yeah, sometimes you can definitely overthink your setups and just your race in general. Some of these guys like to get kind of fancy with their setups or try to overthink it, and sometimes it kind of bites them. So sometimes you just gotta run that you have your gut feeling in.
Yeah, because sometimes you can be sitting there. Let's say you're starting third or something, and you know the guy on the pole likes running the high side. You can kind of in your mind picture how you think that first corner is going to go, but probably 9 times out of 10, I would think, Jake, it probably doesn't go that way, does it?
No, it doesn't. Definitely here at Williams Grove, as we've seen in the heat races, even in the B main, you go down in turn 1, it's you just kind of got to see how the dominoes fall, and hopefully some racing luck is on your side.
And this isn't like, say, Eldora, for example, where usually the fast groove is way to the outside. That's the nice thing about Williams Grove is there's lots of grooves, and they're all going to be fast at various points during the race. So I would think a versatile race car that will go anywhere is what everybody here is looking for tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And also you can adjust one thing on iRacing, you can adjust that top wing as well, under cautions and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure you can. I'm not 100% positive
Yes,
on
you
that,
can.
but yeah. So iRacing world, virtual world, you can, if something's not working, if you need a little bit more bite or a little bit less bite, you can adjust that top wing.
Yep, moving it back gives it more bite in the rear, and of course moving it forward, in theory, should tighten up the car just a little bit. And that's one of the things in the non-virtual world, you'll see them in the pit area checking that out every time before they get in the car. They'll move that wing, make sure that it is able to do that. No moving the front wing, of course. That's a whole different deal. But we're just about through with this practice session, and in just a moment, we'll be grading up 24 of the best iRacers in the country here tonight in the Elite Division. So glad that you're joining us here tonight as the checkered flag is now falling on this group. And Brandon Schultz, fastest out there. And not by much. What is that, 380, 353? Is that what I'm looking at there?
Yeah, 353, a 380. The top two is 131 miles per hour for Brandon Dakota with 125 miles per hour. Those were their last laps that they came across the line at. But yeah, 131 miles per hour is the fastest that I've seen coming across the line.
Wow. And Brandon Schultz, well, he's on the pole. So that information right there does not come as good news for everyone else as he was fast, and he'll be starting on the pole. So he is hoping that this is one that he can just get out there, get in a comfortable groove, and get himself a nice win here tonight. So they'll be gridding up here momentarily. Of course, the features and everything here. We'd like to thank some of the folks that make this all happen. Of course, Oswego Speedway Resource. They are the ones doing the feature here tonight. They are Canada's choice for sprint cars, parts, accessories, consumables, all kinds of good stuff, located right in the heart of the fastest growing sprint car market in North America. That's at world famous Oswego Speedway. I have never been. I've done a lot of races from TV from there. The place is amazing. Make sure to get your butts out there sometime. So let the experts at Oswego Speedway Race Source get you to victory lane. Brandon Schultz, we just mentioned him a minute ago. He's on the pole with Dakota Kuhn outside of him. Row 2, Chris Sabeski and Jess Bandy. Ross Corritt to Terry Landis there in row number 3. Chase Hess and Kyle Mooney in row 4. And I forgot, we like to go back and forth on these. So Larry Moody, Robert Satterfield in the next row. Jake?
Brendan Lacey there in 11th, and the number 72 machine. Don't know exactly how to say his name, but the man from Canada. He'll be starting in 12th place.
Ludo, as a nickname we have for him. Troy Wagaman Jr., Stephen Goldner there in row number 7.
Adam Buchanan, watch him try to make his way through the field as John Hines sitting there in 16th place.
I wonder if Adam announces as he's driving. Kevin Loveys and Aiden Young will be in row number 9.
Jeff, the 00 machine, will be starting 19th, and George Smith III from Florida, he'll be starting 20th.
Alex Hanna, Preston Kramer, they will be in row number 11.
Brandon Morgan with the Firma Motorsports squad, he'll be starting in 23rd, and Jeffrey Barker, 515 from New York, will be starting 24th.
So this will be interesting to see, and I love to tease Adam a little bit. I wonder if he's in Buchanan to the bottom. Oh, they took him out, right? I mean, you're announcing the race for yourself, so you would do that, you would think, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would think so as well,
What a talent behind the wheel. Wow.
Yeah,
have a little fun with yourself while you're out there. Do you talk to yourself when you do this?
Nah, no, I try not to. No, my wife will try to will open up the door and tell me to, hush it up and quit being weird. So I finally learned to stop.
Yeah, a lot of the guys, they'll yell at themselves when they make a mistake and stuff like that. So I wish we had microphones on a couple of these guys sometime. So does the speed from the practice session carry over to Brandon Schultz? We'll find out. Dakota Kuhn on the outside. Schultz, he loves that bottom, and he's going to take it around and take him in. We thought we had some people sideways there. They corrected it. Nice job out of turn 2.
Main feature, the yellow flag is going to wave, and they're bunching up down turns 3 and 4 as that yellow flag was waving. As the A-main is kicked off.
You saw that too, right? I saw some sideways wings over there in turn 2 for a moment, but they got going, but obviously not going enough. So cautions, the laps do not count. They'll keep the lap counter right where it is. There's a time limit on this, in case you're wondering. A lot of tracks have tried that over the years. So Schultz and Kuhn, they'll restart first and second, just like they did. And of course, the people behind the scenes have the ability to go single file restart if they want to. Usually in a situation like, say, we get a couple laps where we don't get anything in, they'll go single file, which obviously benefits the drivers in the positions because it makes it a little bit tougher to pass. But I think they're still going to be double file for this one. I love your logo there, by the way. Very cool.
No, thanks, man. Yeah, much appreciated. Yeah, I like that logo. I like that logo, Will, the Whiskey Oval _ TV. Guys, check out my Facebook page on Whiskey Oval _ TV. Go check out all my latest content. GeForce Racing League Elite 360 Sprint action is underway. Williams Grove Speedway. Caution flag came out early, and caution laps are going to count here.
Oh, see, on my screen, it's not moving them. So I don't know about that. Of course, I'm showing, 30 laps just like you. My screen's not moving, so I guess we'll see what happens here in a little bit, because that's been the way it's been ever since iRacing made that change. I think it was on the last rebuild they did that, right? That gave the admins the ability to either count them or not count them, right?
Yeah, yeah. So the admin have the ability whenever they set up the server to be able to have caution laps count and don't count. But yeah, I'm showing lap 4 of 30. Usually when they don't count, my scoring tower goes all sorts of crazy once a leader crosses that line.
Well, I guess we'll wait and see and go from there. So there's the bridge, and if you ever get to Williams Grove, that is the first thing everybody does when they get down to Williams Grove is you have to walk across the bridge. And Jake's never been there. I went there once, and I remember we're driving around. There's cornfields, and then, oh my goodness, there's a racetrack. So nice and far away from suburbia and all that. They can race all night long, just like we are here tonight. Back to green flag, and what a start for Schultz.
Schultz has a huge lead. Dakota second as a whole. Phil comes down the front straightaway and down in turns 1 and 2. A little customized camera shot right here.
I like that.
But Dakota has...
did that yourself?
Yeah, you had to adjust it a little bit. But
Yeah,
Dakota, it looks like he's going to have second. Little battling out, though. Wheel to wheel, coming across the line once again as there goes my scoring tower. Now it's trying to fix itself.
So it's probably go back, because I'm showing 3 right now. I'm showing that we're working on lap number 3 as they work down the backstretch. Schultz still in front. Kuhn, Sebeski, Carinta, and Moonen. They are the top 5 right now. I'm looking to see who's moved up. Satterfield's gone from 10th to 7th at this point. Way in the back, George Smith. Actually, Jeffrey Barker, 24th to 19th. The big mover here early on as, now you're showing the same thing that I am. We're working lap number 4 as we head into treacherous turn number 3 and even more treacherous turn 4.
Yeah, turn 4 gets very tight, like we said multiple times, riding on board with Robert, the number 55 machine. A little bit closer view as he comes across the line, and that's all red and white. Little chrome number 55 as well on top of that wing. But chasing down Kyle Moody slowly, though. He looks like he has a comfortable spot right there in 5th place as he looks to the bottom side of Kyle. Will he be able to complete the pass in turn 4? No, he won't.
Not yet, anyway. But again, remember, he started 10th. And he's already up here trying to work his way into the top 5. You can see it looks a little bit quicker. We got somebody flipping on the outside. I think that was Dakota Kuhn, our 2nd place car. Yellow out.
Yellow out for the 2nd time tonight here in the Mac Daddy A-Main show. We'll see if we can bring that replay to you guys. That last replay, I don't know exactly what all inspired to throw that caution. I couldn't find it, but Dakota looks like he is the reason for this caution, or somewhere along those lines. Right, the guy in 2nd place, I think he was in. He taps that outside wall, starts wall riding, and just flips that machine. And Pace Truck comes out, and he's stuck on that outside wall too. So he had to get a tow. And he's back into the pits. I don't know if we lost Doug. Doug, can you hear us? I think Doug, something happened to his mic. So now it's a one-man show, a solo man show. Here at Williams Grove in the A-Main Mac Daddy show. Crazy night. Here in all the heat races. Heat race 1 was crazy. Heat race 2, and then heat race 3, haymakers were thrown. Then the B-main. There was some contact made in turn 1 and 2. Knocked a lot of guys out. Top 12 moved on. We'll see if Doug can get connected and back up. Live mode, back to race mode. Single file restart for these guys. Packed house here at Williams Grove Speedway. 131 miles an hour these guys are reaching, then practice. So going down into turn 1 at 131 miles an hour, wheel to wheel, side by side, from all over the country. Gets a little crazy. Riding on board with Robert. Kyle's sitting there in 4th. He's moved up 4 spots. Ross is there in 3rd place. Brandon Schultz started on pole. He's there in 2nd place. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump on board with 10th place man, Troy. Jump right inside his visor cam. Look right outside his, look out right outside of his front window there. Down turns 1 and 2, a lap 7. Plenty of laps to go, and there you go. These guys get fanned out. Tight corners, but there's plenty of room to get fanned out there into the apex. Troy likes that middle side, it looks like, and you can definitely hear that throttle response. I'll turn up the engine volume, crank it up a little bit. And there you go, man. You can definitely hear that throttle response. Completely slick down in these corners as he, I think Troy was 3 wide at one point. He was 10th, now he's 7th. Slowly moving his way back up. I'm going to jump off of his name before I jinx him. Brandon Schultz, still our leader. He was able to recapture that lead that he lost. Ross lost, and now Ross is in 2nd place in that number 10 machine, trying to track him right back down. And man, there you have it. These guys are running all sorts of different lines as we make a little contact going down the backstretch underneath that blue bridge. Number 55 of Roberts on the outside. That's the blue machine. Number 24, Kyle, slowly getting more and more pressure by these guys. Robert looks like he's captured 4th. Larry Moody trying to recapture 4th, but that's our top 5 right there. And those 3 guys are still battling it out. Back to 6th place, the man that we rode on board with, Troy. Started back in 10th in that last restart. He's up to 6th place now. Slowly making his way back up. Quick lap time here tonight in the A main. I think we have a tie in the A main because there's no purple. 20.2 of 4.1, I think is our fastest. Couple of Canadians back here, 7th and 8th place. Number 72 machine and Chase, the 777 machine, back there in 8th place. Last lap time will be popping up there on your left-hand corner. That number 72 machine, he ran that quickest lap time. Ran faster than our leader in the middle of the pack as well. Hits the outside wall. There you have it. Little outside shot, and this place gets crazy tight. Jump right inside the cockpit mode once again, as there you go. They're 3, 4 wide. Well, there's a wreck right in front of him. Well, can he avoid it? Smashes that car and had absolutely nowhere to go, and the yellow flag is going to wave at the exact halfway point, and they're still crashing down in turns 1 and 2. Jumping on board with George Smith, the third, the number 4 machine. They were 3 wide, and you kind of knew it was coming, and man, George just had absolutely nowhere to go. Unfortunately, had to make contact, got a little bit of damage. But I'll try to bring that replay to you guys. And here we go. We'll see what all expires. Number Lacey, 4 wide. And people just kind of ran out of room. Absolutely, I mean, they had absolutely nowhere to go. I'll try to replay it right here. Quarter speed mode. Everyone fighting for the same real estate, not giving an inch. And number 71, John Hine kind of sneaked away. He was on the outside wall. Powerhouse on the side of that engine cover. And then George Smith, the guy that we was riding on board with. Watching it all unfold. Flipped him right on over. Back to live mode, back to race mode. Schultz is going to be our leader. Right now it says Brandon Lacey is our leader, but that won't stick. He's in the pits. Schultz is our leader. Ross second. Kyle will be in third place. That's our top three. Unofficially the hard charger. We'll try to check out. Forgive that. Don't look at that number. That first place guy. See these guys cross the line. Unofficially, Alex, number 97, back there in 12th spot. He's moved up 14. As caution laps don't count, that's why that scoring tower kind of goes all crazy. Once the leader passes the line, he kind of gets scored in the back of that pack of that lap. Number 97 back there in 12th place. Unofficially, the hard charger here at 9 here at Williams Grove. Lights on the pace truck looks to be off. We'll be going green, exactly halfway point right here. We got 15 laps of shake and bake around Williams Grove Speedway at 131 miles an hour. Can Ross figure something out to get around Brandon Schultz for the lead? But Brandon Schultz gets a very good lead, goes straight down to the bottom. Block any sort of slide job, and looky here. A little battle for second place is heating up for Ross and Kyle. Might as well throw Robert in the mix in that number 55 machine. He's slowly making his way up. He goes to the high side. Our leader, Brandon Schultz, started on the pole, and he still has a pole as he digs hard down onto the bottom side. Kyle throws a little elbow in the side of Ross, slides him up the track as these guys are wheel-to-wheel. Drag race down the backstretch, but Ross is going to grab second place, shuts the door down there in turns 3. And looks like Kyle is a lot faster going into the entry, but kind of gets closed off as Ross gets crazy loose down in turns 1 and 2. Now they're wheel-to-wheel, drag race down in turns 3. Can Ross or Kyle, can they figure out who deserves second place? And you got this 55 machine of Robert sitting back there in 4th and 5th place as he just gets past. Larry Moody's now in 4th place, and throw a blanket over these 5 guys. Wheel to wheel once again. They're all battling out. Riding on board Larry Moody. We'll see right out of his visors. These guys beat and bang, throw elbows, throw punches, throw those haymakers. As another lap, 10 laps to go. As Brandon Schultz is loving what he sees. These guys are losing all sorts of time as they're finally going to try to get single filed out. And Ross is still going to have a second place after all that. Inspired. But the gap of the leader is a 1.6 over Ross. We got Troy moved up 10 spots since the initial green flag. I'll throw that up there. He's our hard charger as of right now. Man, if he gets a caution, he would absolutely love a caution right now. Larry Moody, they're 3 wide once again. 55 going to try to get a 2-for-1 dinner deal. Down in turns of 3 and 4. Look, swip swap, crossing over. 55 throws a punch to the 24. 24 is going to try to slide him up way high up on the track. We're 3 wide once again. Man, we got some new players. You got John Hine. We got one guy crazy loose down onto the inside. John Hine is now up in the mix in that number 71 machine. Up along the high side, trying to avoid everything. Once again, goes all the way to the outside wall. Hine scary side. Hits that cushion, tries to get that big run off. We're swapping for second place once again. Bottom side, Troy. High side, Ross. Coming across the line. Troy is going to grab a second place, it looks like. And then that blue machine down on the bottom side. Troy is trying to show his strength out there. And there you see that outside wall kind of sticks out a little bit. They're trying to exit the track there in the middle of the backstretch. We're 15 minutes exactly in with 5 laps to go. And Troy Wagaman Jr. looks like he has second place very comfortably right now as he gets around Ross. Larry Moody back here in 4th place still. He has some hungry hounds behind him like Robert and John Hine. John Hine still slowly moving up. You got Terry Landis back there in 7th place. Kyle's fell back to 8th place now. That's exactly where he started in that number 24 blue machine. The number 97 of Alex. Had a bad heat race. Kind of wrong spot, wrong time. And not really much of a bad heat race. Just kind of a wrong spot, wrong time type of deal as he tries to make another pass. Moved up 12 spots and he's back there in 9th place. They drag race coming across the line on lap 27 of 30. Keep it clean, keep it green. These guys want to go. We only had 3 cautions here at Williams Grove. Very tight racetrack, like we said, plenty of times tonight. Steven Goldner rounding out the top 10 as he just slaps that outside wall. He's going to slap it once, twice, maybe 3 times. So he's trying to get a handle back on that race car, and he's fell back 2 spots just in 1 corner. Jeff now has 11th place, and Chase back there in 10th. With 2 laps to go, let's jump back up front. Brandon Schultz dominated this race from start to finish. He has a lead, a very comfortable lead as well. Troy Wagaman Jr. has 2nd place. Looks like he's slowly reeling him in, though. Has a 1 second gap to make up. Ross back there in 3rd. Robert, here's a race with these 3 guys as they beat and bang wheels. Slaps the wall, smashes the outside wall. That's John Hines. They're 3 wide coming across the line, taking that white flag. Brandon Schultz has a very comfortable lead. Troy's 2nd. Battle is right here for 3rd place. As 4 cars can have 3rd place. Larry's going to try to shut the door on everybody, go all the way down to the bottom side. Someone's going to slap that outside wall. We're 3 wide. He gets turned. The 55 machine. The 71. Right in front of the entire field, and we have a melee right before the checkered flag. Robert fighting for 3rd, 4th place. He's going to finish in 15th. After all that contact, fireworks shoot off here at Williams Grove for the GeForce Racing League Elite Series, the 360 Sprint. As we lost a broadcaster. I don't know exactly what happened, but I can't hear him. Try to get Discord pull up. I think it's on my end too. Disconnected from Discord. Just says connecting. Connects to different rooms, won't connect here. I'll jump down here to the waiting room as I don't know what's exactly happened with that broadcast room. But Brandon Schultz, he's going to capture the lead. Started on pole, finished on pole, capture the checkered flag. Brandon Schultz, man, how was your race out there?
Oh, it was really good. Just glad we got good starting position. I think if we would have started deeper in the field, it would have been a lot tougher for us. Towards the end, the car kind of fell off, and I actually caught the opening with 2 to go, I think, in the backstretch, and like I hurt the rear end of the car, but thank God we had a decent lead. I know Troy was coming, but you know, it is what it is. I think, you know, a couple more laps he might have had us, but I wasn't really pushing the car too hard, just trying to finish it out.
So we've seen all sorts of people run all sorts of different lines, high side, bottom side, middle line, man. Your groove, where was the fast line at for you tonight?
I think start of the feature, it was more up top, both turns, and towards the end, I think the middle and the bottom were good. Usually this track gets really bottom dominant, and we just kind of hung on.
Good deal, man. Hey, I think you won your heat race as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I got to say sorry to Goldner, my teammate. Just the car got into the wall. I had to dive low, and he kind of had the same idea, having to go up high, and we just met in the middle, and it's not something I wanted to do. Like, that's the number one thing I never want to do, is take out anyone, especially a teammate. So just sorry to him, and glad we got a good heat finish.
Well, you won your heat race. You set the fastest lap time here in the A-Main. You started on pole. You captured the checkered flag. So, Brandon Schultz, man, congratulations on your race here tonight, your entire race night. here at Williams Grove Speedway, man. You got any friends, family, sponsors that you would like to thank?
Yeah, first and foremost, I got to thank all the boys at Vanderbilt Racing. Me and Jesse work really hard on these sets, same with Fitzy, and glad to see some of the boys get a good run tonight. I know Moonen got sixth, and everybody besides Fitzy was in the A main. So got to thank all of them. Powerhouse Motorsports, Velocity Race Wraps, Ross Carentu finished third tonight. Does an awesome job on the design of the car, and really got to thank him. And Dirt Doctor Trucking, Wagaman Brothers, BuyOil.com, Dad for watching, and you guys for putting on the broadcast, and Roger for letting us have an awesome league to run in.
Very cool, man. Well, we'll see you. I know I'll see you next week, next Wednesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern.
Yes, sir. We'll be there.
Good deal, man. And I think we got our broadcaster back, Doug.
Yeah, what happened?
Not for sure. I think it's a broadcasting Discord room, man. It won't connect nobody. Wouldn't let me connect to it.
Really?
So back here
'cause
to
it
the
wasn't a
waiting room.
broadcast, so okay. So
Don't know exactly, but Ross is here with us, man. And Ross, you're gonna come home in third place.
Yeah, obviously it would have been nice to take the win or second, but those two guys are a little bit quicker than I was here tonight, and I'll take a third.
So from your heat race to the Mac Daddy A main show, man, how much did this track change?
It's like ice out there right now. It's pretty slick. A lot of throttle control is needed. Yeah.
I know Doug and we always talk during practice when you guys go out there for warm-up, man. How important is that warm-up session trying to dial in your car?
Well, honestly, I don't really do a whole lot of the setup stuff. I've got the guys over at Phantom. They kind of Chris Sebeske and Robert Satterfield are kind of the brains behind everything. So they kind of just tell me what to do and what to run, and I just drive it.
Well, man, that worked out for you tonight. You moved up 2 spots there in the A main, finished third place, man. Last podium spot. Looks like Velocity Race Design is on the side of that machine.
Yeah, it's me and my partner Chris Sebeske. That's what that is.
Just kind of mess around with some race designs, huh?
Yeah, I started designing cars kind of about 9 months ago, and kind of took off as you heard Brandon say. Vanderbilt drives for us too. So.
Well, very cool, man. Well, congrats once again on that podium finish, that third place finish, man. You got any friends, family, sponsors that you would like to thank?
Well, I'd like to thank my wife for letting me do this. I think that's probably the most important one. Like I said, the guys over at Phantom Motorsports for helping set up the car, Power Outdoors for the sponsorship, and obviously Velocity Race Design for helping us look good.
Well, very cool, man. Well, I know I'll catch you in next week, Wednesday night here on GeForce TV, man. So congratulations on your run here tonight.
Good, thank you. See you Wednesday.
Absolutely. Troy's finished second, Doug, but man, I don't think we have him in our Discord.
He put a message up. He said he does not have his mic on the computer, is what he said. I caught a little message that he put across on the actual race screen itself. So we're not going to be able to talk to him. It's too bad because he had a nice run, 13th to second.
Yeah, moved up 11 spots, man. Finished second place, and there you have it. There on the side of that machine, all white and blue. NOS Energy on the inside of that wing, man. But crazy race here tonight, unofficially. The hard charge is going to be Alex Hanna, number 97. He's going to finish there in 9th place. And Doug, man, I got to apologize. I don't know exactly what all happened, but had some technical difficulties there halfway through the race.
Did it still go or no? Because I waited for you to come in and I just kept going. So I just, would say something and wait again. So I guess we'll figure that out for next week, right?
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely have a plan B next time, for sure.
Thanks, everybody, for checking us out. Jake and I will talk. Any final words, Jake?
Man, just Williams Grove, it's a very tough racetrack, very tight racetrack. And, man, this league, GeForce Racing League, if you guys like to join this action, go check them out on Facebook. Shoot them a message if you guys can't find them. Shoot me a message on whiskeyville_TV, and I'll get you guys hooked up, man. But these guys make it look easy. I cover a lot of leagues, and every time they come here, it usually doesn't turn out very good. But GeForce Racing League, these guys look like pros out here, and some of them are. And man, they just put on one one heck of a show.
Yeah, Brandon Schultz was fastest in the practice. We kind of had a feeling that it might happen that way with him on the pole, so he just didn't make any mistakes, didn't allow anybody a chance to get up there and race with him. And like Jake was saying, you can also check him out, GForceRL.com. You can look that up on the internet as well.
Well, very cool, man. Very fun night of racing, man. Heat races were crazy. The B main was crazy. The A main feature was even crazier through the whole entire night. But there's a feature results up there on the screen, and man, I think that's it for us tonight, Doug. Anything else?
Remember, we'll be back again tomorrow night with more fun. And like Jake mentioned, we'll be back again next Wednesday. And, of course, Monday night as well. And look up all GeForce stuff, Facebook, and everything. The schedules and everything are right there. Nice job, man.
Awesome, guys. Catch you then. Catch you next time. Thanks for all tuning in, liking, sharing the stream. And I'll catch you guys next Wednesday night. Thanks.